Hi, I'm RujulGodse from PGPBM 1921. I would be talking about creating employment opportunities in the manufacturing sector. To begin with, I would like to emphasize why it is necessary to create employment in the manufacturing sector, and I would like to follow that up with how it can be done. So let's get started. Why should the manufacturing sector be prioritized when it comes to creating jobs? India is a young country with a median age of just 26.8. Unemployment has been a perennial problem, and it would be prudent to take some lessons from our Western counterparts. It has been argued that between the three broad sectors of economy, agriculture, industry, and services, it is the industrial sector that has the highest potential to absorb surplus labor in the economy, with manufacturing having a lion's share amongst the industry. Most manufacturing industries in India belong to the SME and MSME sectors, where most jobs are labor intensive and don't require specialized skill sets. Let's park this argument for a while and see how each sector contributes to the GDP of India. Agriculture, which engages almost half of Indian workforce, does not grow fast enough and is not remunerative enough to provide gainful employment to the millions who join India's workforce each year. This is the reason why most people have left agriculture and tried to join other sectors of the economy, especially since 2004. This can be seen in the graph where about 58% of the workforce is employed in agriculture, but it contributes to just about 14% of our GDP. By that logic, service sector seems to be attractive, isn't it? Service is a fast growing sector and pays well, but it places far greater demand on job seekers in terms of skills and education. Often the rural millions looking for a job find themselves inadequate in terms of delivering in the service sector. That leaves the industry, which includes subsectors like manufacturing and non-manufacturing. Research shows that employment elasticity, that is, the ability to create new jobs with every additional increase in a sector's growth, is the highest for manufacturing sector. The share of India's manufacturing sector, however, has been stagnant between 14 to 16% for several years despite having a demographic advantage. Though manufacturing has been growing in absolute terms, it is nowhere close to its potential. Reports suggest that India needs to create about 100 million new jobs by 2023, and manufacturing is the only sector which can absorb such a huge chunk of unskilled labor. Now, having gone through the why part, let's see how we can create new jobs in manufacturing. The most important aspect to attract new OEMs or foreign companies is policy change. In the past century, India had predominantly socialist policies which crippled the industry prior to the liberalization phase. However, subsequent governments have tried to enact new policies to boost employment in the manufacturing sector. The government is trying to be a facilitator rather than being a regulator. The Make in India initiative recognizes ease of doing business as the single most important factor to promote entrepreneurship. The Make in India initiative needs to be further promoted to attract foreign companies to our shores and encourage local entrepreneurs to set up their shops. FDI has been opened up in new sectors such as defense production, insurance, and railway infra in a big way. This would create lakhs of jobs in the long run. The government intends to develop industrial corridors and smart cities with the state of art technology and high speed communication. Developing new industrial corridors would be the key along national highways, which would give an impetus to manufacturing. Another important aspect is to promote cluster development of MSME units to enable them to overcome the disadvantages associated with economy of scale, which in turn would facilitate growth of the sector and create more employment. The development of virtual cluster is the step in the right direction. The extant labor laws look unattractive to many companies to set up a plant in India. Several reforms are required in the labor laws as well. The Skill India program would create a workforce with the right skill sets for capital intensive industries. At the same time, promoting labor intensive industries like textile would be important as they take care of most of the unskilled labor. Tax cuts for manufacturing plants and a lower tax bracket of just 15% for new manufacturing setups is a step taken in the right direction to attract more manufacturing industries in India. With President-elect Joe Biden having proposed to raise the tax slabs in US, this could be a good opportunity to pull industry in India. To conclude, initiatives like Startup India, Make in India, and Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana are the right steps taken towards job creation in manufacturing. India should take a cue from their Asian counterparts like Japan, China, or South Korea to facilitate growth in the manufacturing industry. If India is able to capitalize on the demographic advantage by creating jobs in the manufacturing sector, sky is the limit for growth. Thank you.